Hey guys, welcome back to our weekly mobility sessions. I've got 3 more exercises I want you guys to practice and see if you have some kind of benefit on. So the first one that we're going to do today is going to be our hamstrings. And when we get super tight hamstrings, it really starts pulling on our lower back, and sometimes we get tight issues in our lower back. So we're going to free these up. It's going to be great for our posterior chain. So for our deadlifts, even for things like running and things like that, are going to have massive benefit to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a box where maybe our feet are just a little bit off the floor. I'm going to get one of our balls that we've been using the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to place it just anywhere on my hamstring, so anywhere between my glute and my knee. And I'm going to sit as much body weight as I can on that ball. And as I do that, I'm going to do a couple of things with my lower leg. So I can do little circles with my lower leg, or I can actually extend my knee as well. I'm just going to experiment to see what's most effective. Now you can see I'm kind of rolling around on that ball, trying to put as much body weight as I can on there. So we're going to spend about 2 minutes on each leg. You can start moving that board to a different position because you want to capture the whole length of this hamstring. So find a new position, move it around. There you go, found a tight spot. I'm going to hang out here, start moving my lower leg until I break up that tight tissue and that tight fascia. So it's an idea like a lot of our exercises that we do here in mobility, that we're exploring the space. We're going up and down that area to find a new tight spot, and then we're going to work that tight spot until we find some relief or we find some change happening. So a really effective one for a hamstring. Remember, as much body weight as you can bear on there. It should be uncomfortable, but not unbearable. I can even hang on to the side of the box and really start to drive into that hamstring. Alrighty, so next one we're going to do is, we talked about that concept that if there's an area that's tight, quite often it's areas upstream or downstream from that area that's having the issue, and that we need to kind of release that tension. But sometimes it is that area. So this time for our lower back, we're actually going to work our lower back using this ball. Couple things to think of. I'm never going to put it on top of my spine. So it's either going to be off center, and it's going to be just above my waistline, so just above my pants line. I'm going to use that ball. So coming down here, I'm going to prop my feet up about 90 degrees. There you go. I'm going to find that spot, so just off center. Now this is the key part. This is money. I need to engage my midline and push my lower back into the floor. If I arch my lower back, it's going to be more painful. So I'm pushing my lower back into the floor, knees are together, and then I'm just going to drop my knees to the same side that the ball is on. I'm going to rotate backwards and forwards, dropping my knees, and just breaking up that tight muscle. The other thing I can do is I can bring my knee to my chest on that side. As long as I'm pressing my lower back into the floor, as long as I'm still engaging my midline, I'm going to see some great benefit from it. So when you do 2 minutes on each side, I can move that ball to a slightly new position and then work that same group again. So what I'm looking for is position here, 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 just going to the outside, and likewise this side, here, 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 dropping your knees to the same side as the ball is on. All right, that's 2 areas that we focused on. Last one, we're going to move to our upper body. So we're going to do our rotator cuff. This one gets excessively tight, puts our shoulder in a bad position, but also limits movement. So it's really hard to get our elbows up whenever we do front rack stuff or overhead stuff. So I'm going to get that ball and I'm going to put it kind of right behind my armpit. Then I'm going to trap that ball there. I'm going to bring my arm out to 90 degrees. And then I'm just going to drop my lower arm, my palm towards the floor, and then the back of my palm towards the floor. And I'm going to floss backwards and forwards. Now, because there's not much body weight on this, there's not much pressure, nothing much is happening. I'm gonna lean over to the side, and the more I lean over, the more body weight I'm putting on that ball. Now it's starting to get loaded up. Now when I start flossing, now it's getting tight. And this is another time where we're gonna have to experiment to find that sweet spot. Feels knotty. Now we get into it. Once again, you decide how intense it's going to be by how much body weight you put onto that ball. The more body weight, the more intense it's going to be. So 1 minute on that side, 1 minute on that side. So what have we got? We've got our hamstrings, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We've got our lower back, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. So it's 8 minutes all up, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes of mobility, and then you're done. I will see you next week. Have a good week.